Hello and welcome to Closing the Door, the Falmouth Commodores post-game show. I'm Danny LaRose, joined alongside our analyst Maxwell Trink. The Doors in Game 1 of the CCBL playoffs come off with a 3-2 victory over the Bourne Braves here in front of the home crowd. This series, we talk about it, how it's the one to watch out for. It's a sneaky fourth-place Bourne team that's been playing really hot baseball, very good against the Commodores. And the Doors, the first-place team in the West and first-place team on the Cape. And this game was all it was chalked up to be. It looks like it's really going to be a fun series, Max.
Yeah, and just the biggest thing was the two-out hitting throughout the entire game. Of course, setting the tone early was the hitting. 7 hits in the first 2 innings. That's huge. Of course, Jackson Coots was the first one to get an RBI. Huge opportunity for him at the plate, and of course Zach DeLucia's RBI as well. That was the one that the Commodores really needed. 3-2 victory, of course, and that was his RBI.
The Doors poured on all of their runs in the first 2 innings along with those 7 hits, like you said, Max. And we said that busting out of the gate, those first 3 innings would be crucial for Falmouth, who's kind of been coasting the last couple of games. Clearly showed that way. Cooled off a little bit towards the middle of the innings. They weren't really able to get too many base runners, but luckily Carmen Mlodzinski, the ace, was on his A game once again.
Yeah, it was really, as well as getting that early offense in the game, the biggest thing, of course, was the pitching. And of course, Carmen set the tone for the rest of the pitchers. He was the big, impactful pitcher of this entire game.
He threw 5 innings of work, had a ton of strikeouts like he always does, did not allow an earned run, did not allow any runs, even when he found runners on base. He was locked down with runners in scoring position, and our own Katie Florio is talking with the winning pitcher after the game. Katie. Thank you, Katie and Carmen. Now we fast forward a little bit. The bullpen got a little bit rocky in the 6th inning. Sam Weatherly let up a couple of runs, but when he got into the jam, he still got out of it with the lead intact, and then Tyler Ross after him was really the breaking point, I think, for the Braves offense.
Yeah, Tyler Ross, 2 shutout innings. He was so impactful in this entire game. He also was a little bit of a tone setter as well. Of course, because Sam Weatherly did have a little bit of a rockier outing. Tyler Ross brought it back to earth, and of course, Zach Brixey's huge save. It was huge, of course. I talked to him a little bit after the game, and there was a little bit of confusion going on between him and Troy Clunch. They realized what they needed to do. They figured out the signs, and from there, it seemed like he was cruising, and of course, the Commodores get the victory.
Brixey struck out the first 2 batters of the 9th inning. Looked like they were coasting along, and then a 2-strike hit from Joshua Madole made a runner on, and then he hit the next batter. The tying run was standing on second base for a Bourne team that was going through surges throughout the game offensively, and Brixey locked things down with another strikeout, looking to cap off a fantastic ball game. We look ahead towards Game 2. Mac Lardner on the mound for Bourne, Nick Nastrini on the mound for Falmouth. Another great pitching matchup, and Lardner was awesome his first time out against the Commodores. He threw 7 innings in a shutout ball game for Bourne, a 14-0 win. What did the Commodores have to do to get to Lardner tomorrow?
Well, I mean, the same thing tonight pretty much, just getting that offense early on and having lockdown pitching. Of course, Nick Nastrini last time out only gave up the 1 run on a home run by Judd Fabian last time at Dore Park. Now he's going back for his other opportunity. As long as he could be locked down through at least 5 innings, that's going to be huge for the Commodores. Set up that bullpen, and of course, getting that offense. And Jackson Coots is another bat that stands out to me for sure.
Sizing up for another great pitcher's duel in what has turned out to be, through one game, a brilliant series. Game 2 will be tomorrow at Dore Park in Bourne. First pitch coming at 6 p.m. Be sure to tune in for the pregame show at 5:50. That'll do it for Closing the Door. For Katie Florio and Maxwell Trink, I'm Danny LaRose saying so long, and we'll see you tomorrow.